Reason Studios, if you're listening, don't do this. I don't know about you guys, but I was recently sent around a survey from Reason Studios in which they wanted to know people's opinions about a possible update for Reason. Now, this update that they suggested, I'll get to in a minute, but all I want to say in this video is please don't do this. I filled out the survey. I said don't do it. I'm going to explain why you shouldn't do this in a second. But before we go any farther, I do want to invite you to download a free template I have for Reason. It'll help you mix your tracks really easily. There's a link down below. And don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel for more great Reason news, especially as Reason 12 comes out. All right, let's watch that intro. Okay, so what is this update that Reason is considering putting out, and why do I think it's a bad idea? Well, the update that Reason is considering putting out is one that directly allows you to export your song from Reason in and put it like on Spotify, on iTunes, basically distribute your music directly from Reason. And I think this is a terrible idea. And I think it's a terrible idea for two reasons. First of all, I think it's a distraction from what they really need to be doing, the core work they need to be doing on Reason to update it. And second, I think this is a terrible way to distribute your music. We'll talk about both of these. But before we go farther, if you have any thoughts on whether or not you'd like to distribute your music directly from Reason, please leave a comment below. So real quick, what is music distribution? Well, I've done a lot of videos on it, but basically distribution is how you get your music from, your WAV file and the process of putting it out there, getting it on iTunes, getting it on Spotify, getting it into Amazon and all of that. And there are a lot of services out there that do this. They're all incredibly easy to use. You can upload an album. Basically, it's as easy as pie. You drag your audio files in, you drag in the art, and you do the song names, you do all of that. But there's a lot of stuff behind the scenes that is really important, from the statistics to managing your iTunes and Spotify profiles to choosing how song ownership is split amongst users, the timing of the distribution, all sorts of things like that you can't easily manage from a DAW. Secondly, these services are, like I said, it's fast and it's easy to do. Secondly, it's not that expensive. DistroKid is less than $20 a year for unlimited uploads. I've used them and I've been really happy with them, and I've got an affiliate link down below if you want to distribute your music via DistroKid. You'll even save, I think, 7% or something on your first year. Even CD Baby is another great service. I've used them as well in the past, and that's it's under $50 for a lifetime to upload your album. So, there are a lot of solutions out there. They're all very affordable. They're all very easy. So why do I not think that being able to upload directly from your DAW is a good idea? Well, first of all, I think it's a really bad idea to upload a file without checking to make sure that the file is in fact what you want to upload, right? What if you accidentally left the reverb off, or what if you didn't set the loop points properly and you've got too much silence at the beginning or the end of the track? There's a million possible small mistakes that we make when we export a track, and that is why it's super helpful to first export it to a WAV file and then just listen to it once to make sure that the file you exported is the one you wanted. And I think exporting straight from your DAW is just ridiculous because you're going to miss this quality control step. Second, as I alluded to earlier, there's a lot of complicated things that really you can't do directly from your DAW. How are you uploading the art? How are you setting the splits and getting people's BMI numbers in there and all of that? So I just don't see it being useful from a DAW because you're not going to have full features of it. Maybe it will work where it connects directly to, any service that you subscribe to, like like CD Baby or DistroKid. But even then, all it's doing is saving you from dragging and dropping 4 files. That does not seem to be very practically useful to me. If I have to have a separate subscription with DistroKid and log in separately, then why not just take the time to double check and do it directly there? In the alternate, if they're considering like starting their own service and like rolling it in with Reason Plus, like part of the $19 a month you get is unlimited distribution. I mean, that's a little bit of a value add, but that value is about $19 a year. Like I said, that's what DistroKid charges, but I really don't like the idea of it coming from your DAW, because now you're double trapped with Reason Plus, right? Not only do you have to maintain your Reason Plus subscription to like have your DAW, you also have to maintain a Reason Plus subscription in order to keep your music online, which is just like not the situation I think anybody should be in. Even though I think Reason Plus is really a good idea for some people, I would not want to be compelled to maintain a DAW subscription purely so that I can have my music library online of all my tracks. Another reason I don't think that it's a good idea to be able to export directly from your DAW to manage all of these things is because, like, how do you manage, for example, like if you release a single and then you release an album, how do you tie things together as an album? I mean, there's a lot of details that aren't available yet, but I do not think that this is the way that you want to interface with music releases, as I've described. On top of that, I mean, there's no benefit here, right? It's basically saves you 10 seconds of logging into that website and then dragging and dropping it, that for a lot more risks of quality control and then also just control. So that's why I think just technically and in terms of a value proposition, it's a very bad idea. But from a just totally different perspective, and what I alluded to more is that Reason, focus on the core DAW. You know, I'm sure you're probably using some of the Ali Hoopa technology that you previously had and all that, but like an engineer should not be spending a minute of their time working on this. Your marketing department should not be spending a minute of their time working on it. Your legal department should not be spending a minute. Well, they can spend as much time as they want on this, negotiating deals or whatever. But everybody else should be focused on improving Reason. I have made hundreds of videos probably at this point on Reason, many talking about needed upgrades, and I've gotten hundreds or maybe thousands of comments on those videos. Never once has anybody said, wow, I'd really like to be able to export directly to a distributor. Never. I have never seen that comment. Ever. Ever, ever, ever. This is not something that people want or need. Focus your efforts somewhere else. I see so many other things come up time and time again that people want. They want better piano roll, better MIDI editing. They want the ability to actually have multiple internal MIDI channels. They want the video support, which I'm on the fence about. I think there's other DAWs for that, but nonetheless, I see that a ton. I see so many feature requests, I'm not even going to list them now because that's not what this video is really about, come up time and time again. I have never, ever seen this. This is not needed. It is not wanted. Whatever resources you would expend on this, just stop. Either do something really innovative and new, a cool new instrument, a cool new routing, and it sounds like you're doing that with Reason 12. The Combinator sounds cool. I can't wait to see the new sample player. Like, I'm not anti that innovation. Work on that. Work on that. Don't be distracted by these shiny objects. Focus on the core DAW. That, at least, is my 2 cents. For some that has $19 of value a year, perhaps, and a worse implementation, this just is not where your focus should be. Anyway, that's my thoughts. What do you think? Please be sure to leave a comment below and share your thoughts on the idea of adding direct export for distribution to Reason. Also, Don't forget to download that template if you haven't already, because it's really helpful for just getting up and running and mixing in Reason. And obviously, be sure to like and subscribe, because as Reason 12 rolls around, I'll be the one bringing you all the best news, advice, tips, and tricks. See you later.